Peace. Travis Soda Well. It's Pure Sound L. It's a Monday Live. We're going to talk about today where the love at. First, I was just thinking before, getting ready. I know I threw on the sweats. I'm going to get a quick exercise in I get after I get done recording. And I like this hat when it gets cooler in the fall. And that my baby mama's mama made this for me. And I only say it like that because it gets to the point quick. Like we've been together a long time. We're not officially married, but we together. So it just gets to the point to explain really our relationship. And if you like it, we're going to get her in the sweatshop crocheting. So, put it in the comments that you want your own crocheted joint. But I say that half kidding. But that's where we develop the idea of where the love at. And when you're looking to do something in your life, you're looking to step up to another level. You're looking to be a leader of yourself, of those around you. Having a love for something, which with Pure Sound L we would call, what are you interested in? That's one of the places we start. What are you interested in? What do you want to expose other people to? Give other people to? Show your love for this thing and give that love to someone else. Give that energy to someone else. A lot of times when we move to step something up to another level, the love can be lost. You know, and that's important to think about. I don't know how many people, me included, that can cook, but when it comes to creating a restaurant, a menu, creating a business in the food service, the love can be lost. Now, where we need to zero in on is what is it specifically about it? Is this the act in itself? That it's only fun, we're only interested in it when it's leisurely? No, I have an interest in anime and manga. I have an interest in entertainment in general. Interested in movies, interested in writing, always been a creator. And one of the things I was thinking about before I got into this was, I gotta talk in the microphone, gotta do some internet stuff, gotta do some YouTube stuff, even if it's just for me to express myself. Now, what I believe, maybe someday I'll get to test this out, but I believe I found my purpose. And the Most High continues to unfold me. But one of the things I was looking at was talking about entertainment. And I've watched reactors, I've watched people that review movies, review books, review manga. And over the years, watching people, I'm just like, man, that is a hard hustle. It's a hard hustle to have to watch shows to get that revenue. These people's job is to watch shows. If there's shows they don't like, if it's a slow season, guess what? They still gotta watch shows. They still have to sit through that. I'm like, I don't want to do that. That's hard. That sounds like work. That sounds like a job. To not just watch shows that I enjoy. To have to do it as a job. That's one of the things I was looking into. When I was shifting into, okay, with the philosophy behind things, talking about the esoteric science, and all these things I thought about. But it wasn't until I got into action and started moving. And really, this is why it's so important that I say psychological type, Carl Jung, psychological type, personality hacker, learning from them, the deeper structure, the deeper model. That didn't, it didn't make me, it didn't save me, excuse me, but it really made me. And that it showed me and it gave me an interest, a skill, and an ability, a marketable skill, something to talk about, something that's interesting that not everybody else is interested in, and forcing me to find a way to speak about these things. Forcing me to share my interest with another person. That's one thing. The other key piece was learning how business is done and how organizations are run, specifically from Coach Michael Burke, who I ended up, after watching him for a while, buying a few of his courses, I ended up getting certified as a business coach. So this is where I'm talking about I found my purpose. Because maybe I say I got cooking with talking about entertainment, breaking things down in that realm. Politics is another interest I have. But this is where we start unpacking this a little bit of where the love at. Is that politics I always looked at and I was like, I don't want that audience. Are you doing something you don't really like the people you're working with? Where the love at? If we don't like the people we're working with, we don't like what we're doing, what are we doing? Is that your calling? Is that your higher calling? We would say that's a certain type of psychology to say life is suffering. That isn't my spiritual school of thought. Say we are creators and we make our own heaven and hell right here in this life we live in. So therefore we have choices. We need to make decisions. As I said, if we don't like the people that we're serving, probably not the right place for you. Peace, sis. Sister Carolina, indeed. Gotta find our calling and our purpose. And these are all ways to notice. These are all ways to notice. Our own enjoyment is one of the factors. The impact we're making is one of the factors. The connection and the contacts, the relationships we build, that's one of the factors. How logical it is, that's one of the factors. Does it have deep meaning? That's another factor. Is it fun? Is it exciting? These are all different factors to continue to not only find our love for something, but also continue to develop it. What just came to mind now is a video I watched a while back. It was talking about how if you're in a long-term relationship with someone in a marriage, then this was from, I can't remember who the specific therapist was, the doctor, but she was talking about how, then she wrote, what is it, it's like Love in Captivity or something like that. I haven't read the book, but I just watched a few videos. But she was talking about how if you're in a long-term relationship with someone, you're basically having 3 different relationships with that person. It's like if you're with them when they're young, and really we're talking about different stages of life. There's different stages in everything we do, different cycles. And as one cycle dies, a new cycle starts. As one era dies, a new era begins. I truly believe what got me, one thing that keep me in love with my purpose now is I keep seeing the era that we're in. Fortunately and unfortunately, a lot of old ways of doing things and old thinking is dead. We're in a new era of time now. A lot of, I watch, I don't super pay attention to politics because it's kind of the same old people running their mouth all the time. And we need the good people, the righteous people, the ones that want to leave a legacy, that want to actually build this nation up. Whatever nation you're a part of as far as the fragmented pieces. But I'm in the U.S. So to come together in unity as far as what the ideal of the U.S. is, and I'm fully aware of it's an ideal, and to build that into a reality, we need to work with other like-minded people from all different ethnic backgrounds, all different heritage, and finding our own love with what we're doing, what we're interested in, and bringing that to others in every realm. that we creating. Again, in the realm of culture and heritage. You know, say I'm fond of thinking these days that it's just, especially when we're talking about the lie of and the agenda of racism, etc., is that it's we're to be honoring our mothers and forefathers, and people calling themselves black and people calling themselves white are not honoring your forebears. You know, there's Nordic, there's Swiss, there's Finnish, there's Danish. These are nationalities. These are heritage. You know, I got the Boricuen, got the indigenous peoples. I got the 50 tribes book here. So it's 550, 500 nations, indigenous people of the Americas. You know, Nigeria, Mali, Mauritania, you know, as well as our ancestors from Andalusia. You know, this is heritage, this is nationality, this is where the love is. The love of ourselves, the actual history that we've gone through as humans. The ugliness and the beauty of it all. And finding that love within yourself, within your own interest. You know, finding where you have a talent and ability, developing a skill. You know, I'm getting older. There's a lot of people I meet that are highly skilled and don't know it. And we actually call this in psychological type, it's a introverted sensing demonstration. So you've had a particular interest over the course of your life, and then all of a sudden, you just happen to be the expert in the world at that because it's a unique interest you've had. And just over the course of your life, having a hobby, having this on the side, doing it over decades, all of a sudden you got a deep understanding of something. Started with an interest. And in these days and times with the interwebs, which I'm sure you're familiar with, that we can share, we can exchange over these waves, over these frequencies. And we can get compensated for it too. We can get the love, all that. We can get the connection, can be excited by new ideas and new experiences. So in a lot of ways, it's a great time we in. But of course, there's a flip side of that. But we gonna keep it on the up today. And just focus in on that love. We'll land the plane. A few concepts here. When we're noticing where the love at. And we're tapping into, we're going where we're celebrated, not tolerated or rejected. We're going where we're wanted. Where people are excited about what we're excited about. Now, there's a few billion people on the planet. It's probably, handful of those on the internet. Can find some people, but we have to take some action. Got to put ourselves out there. And that's really where the love becomes so important. That's really where you get to really test your true self. Are you real about what you're saying? Do you have a true love for this? And it's okay to switch it up. It's okay we make pivots. It's okay to say, hey, I tried that out. That isn't for me. What's not okay is to not reflect and examine how your love is developing. Put yourself in bad situations. Put others in bad situations. And then we lose our most precious resources, our time and energy. Things we can't really get back. So keep on looking for your love. What are you interested in? Do you have a talent, an ability? Are you developing a skill? And how can you bring that to fulfill your own life and those around you. And if you choose to, bring it to the marketplace. If you choose to lead others directly with that particular interest, or however it fits in, being an educator, being a leader, and going where you're celebrated. But first tapping into, how do you feel celebrated? Where is your love at for yourself? Because at the end of the day, you can't receive any light if you don't have the light yourself. So you can't receive or give love if you don't have love yourself. And I'm going to sign off with that. See if we got any comments. Peace to Sister Carlina. Indeed. Leaving that legacy behind. And with that, we going to sign off. Check out podcasts just today. Now, this is for the members. I just dropped the 365th episode. So when I started out, I wasn't doing it every day. But I've been doing it every day for a while, dropping the Pure Sound Daily Business podcast. So check that out. Spotify, YouTube. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled here. We gonna keep rocking Monday Night Lives. So again, where your love at? Peace and love.